Morning, Mythic Hunter. How you doing today, Mr. Mythic? Who else we got in here? We got the people. Oh, the people. It's the day after. The day after the fantastic day. The happy Valentine's Day, everybody. How you doing today? It's February 15th. It's Brody. You've made your way over to the morning talks and stocks show. I'm here at the desk. It's going to be a good day today, I'm telling you now. Have you guys sat yourself down in the MTG beanbag chair yet? Are you tossing around in one right now? If you do, I mean, there's no price too high. I'll give you a couple of million for one. It's funny. How much disposable income do we have to buy these? What is our fiduciary responsibility upon thine magic brethren? To compartmentalize and bestow upon each other such fragmental, impartial gifts of epic cost and proportion. Good morning, folks and fans. People, are you here to check the prices of magic cards? I'm doing it each and every morning. Do you like checking the magic card prices? Is there enough information out there, or is there too much information? Sometimes it just seems like there's just a little too much noise, a little too much information out there. If you don't like checking the prices of magic cards, let me do it for you. I'm doing it each and every morning here with you folks, the amazing fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as we do. Smash Jackson, Dusty Cully, Murray Cooper, Coin, Pomeroy, Tyler Friesen, Tyler Harrison, Kyle Mears, the MTG Moxman, Earl of Drummer, Superfast Tortoise here today, Titantaman, Mythic Hunter. Oh, we've got a show for you, boys and girls, here this morning. I'm happy to be here. I'm so glad you guys are joining us. Where have you got Brody today? I should put a poll. Have you got Brody dragging from the back bumper of the car? Is it snowy where you are? Are you on your way to work? 5 p.m. 252 subscribers. Live party happens tonight. Nice. All right. Let's get some comments going. Mythic's got a reason to celebrate. Thank you for doing that here with you folks. Let's take a look here today. It's going to be a good day. It's hump day. It's the middle of the week, is it not? Is it steak and pajama day? I think so. It's like the middle of the week. It's just kind of we're just kind of lumping along. Let's get the chat going. It's good. It's good. The Love Sack bean bags are normally in the ballpark of $1,000. This price is not Watsy's fault. Perhaps it was an unwise partnership, but the model they chose normally goes for $12.99. I had no idea they were so expensive, right? Like, I mean, I'm going to say put the reserve list duels on hold for now. You need this in your life. This is the thing. Like, who are we pitching this who are we pitching these products to? It seems predatory in nature to continue like, look, magic cards, doesn't it look shiny? Don't you want it? You have to have it. That's a mortgage payment, really. It is like $12.99 or $1,000 shipped. How big is it? Is it bulky? Does it take up more space than a bread box? I would imagine it probably costs a couple of bucks to ship. It would be neat. They are kind of cool. I was like, wow, that's nifty. Let's take a look here this morning. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Bow Chicka Wow Wow, the Love Sack, baby. Love Sack. Magic 30 Love Sack, that's where it's at. Who's got money to burn on one of these? I wish I had one, right? I'd hang it from the ceiling if I could. It looks like a lot of fun. This would be the kind of thing that like you'd run into a game room and then you'd just like bomber right onto it and then like pillow fight right up onto this Magic 30 Love Sack. The Love Sack is take on a modern beanbag chair made from premium shredded Durafoam rather than traditional beads. The Love Sack and Magic the Gathering bundles include a 4x37 4 foot by 3.7 foot sack and a set of booster box of Phyrexia, all will be one. So, what kind of spin off? I'm waiting for the Mercedes, the MTG 30 Rolls Royce to be released with this print on the interior. I want it. Let's go. MTG 30 Rolls Royce with Magic Carte interior. Spirit of the Night. Hey, lots of hate on the bandwagon without researching. I saw it yesterday on Twitter. It looks like a $999. $975. Yes. I think regardless of price, it's still just another way to monetize the brand. We're talking regardless of bandwagon, and I think this is the form of bandwagon. I au contraire, my friend. I feel like Wizards of the Coast is the one bandwagoning here because it's like one thing after another. If you didn't think that was shiny, look at this. Right? It's relentless. It's not going to stop. But these are the things that have already been underway probably for well over a couple of years, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was any other products that come out. But there was one of these at Magic 30. I remember there was. I saw one of these. Do you guys remember seeing this chair? I do. I remember seeing it in the entranceway. There was one at Magic 30. We didn't know then that it was going to be on sale. Yeah, kind of pricey. I mean, $400 is the item, $400 for the cover, and $575 for the filler of the bag. Now, if you want to get yourself some environmentally unfriendly, you could get some old leaves, maybe some compost, a couple of bags of moss, grass clippings from the neighbor's yard, anything to stuff this sucker. Save yourself a couple of bucks. No, yeah, I do remember seeing one of these at the event. It's kind of interesting new topic of conversation. Another 30 product, right? Another 30 product. Love it. Well, you show me a kid that's 13 years of age that's going to be able to go out and buy one of these, and well, I'll show you a beanbag. Things that make me laugh is the beanbag. Oh, we got to get some comments going up here. I got to. I love the comments here this morning. We're hanging out with you folks. It's going to be okay. We're just having a fine time here today. It's fine. It's fine. It's Brody. How y'all doing today? Ah, looks like I may have to. Looks like I may have I may have things reversed here this morning. I got things in the reverse order, which is, I mean, it'll get us through the show, but I can't put the comments up, but that's okay. Richie Dubs, who else? Let's read some comments here, folks. Bro, we saw it in Vegas on the first day. I got in early. Kylan hopped on it. Totally, right? We did see it. I remember seeing it. I was like, this thing is sweet. It's awesome. The thing that makes me laugh is the beanbag is the worst possible sitting choice for Magic. It kind of is, right? That's funny, right there. Like a stool is like what you want, or a gaming chair, right? Totally. That's a good comment, Coach. How you doing this morning, Coach? I recommend going to the Lovesack website. I did check out the Lovesack website. I did. I checked it out. It almost looks like they licensed the the product visuals to Lovesack for sure. Yeah, let's check it out. Here's the Lovesack website right here. Designed for life furniture. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like something, how you can just upload your own logo to something and they'll make it. I'm pretty sure they have different sacks. Yeah, see, you get 5 free samples. This is like online marketing. It's pretty simple, right? It's like you could make one of these if you uploaded your own pattern. Yeah, it's kind of how it works. It's not like they like designed and produced it themselves. It's completely outsourced. It's like the deck box from the community detention center that nobody's received yet. It's been a year and it looks cool on a website, but where's the product? Is it made? How many did they get? Where did they produce it? Makes you ask all these questions. Where is it made? Where's the product sourced from? Who's getting the jobs out of it? Is it sourced responsibly? Does it contain only new material? Is there lead paint in there? OMG. I recommend going to the yes. So we checked out the Lovesack website, $9.75, and then the seat cover is $400. So if you want to get, like Brain was saying, if you want to just get the seat cover, and maybe you already have one of these love sacks with the stuffing, it's $9.75 for the bundle. You can get both of them, and then $400 gets you the cover if you happen to have a sack already, or like another chair that it might go over. Like remember those beanbag chairs that you got, just like the red ones, or the first ones. You'd grab them and just whap your buddies over the head with it. You might be able to nestle this thing around like a traditional beanbag. It does come with a booster box, so if you just buy the cover, you're looking at $300, and then with the price of the box, like the booster box of Phyrexia is at least $600, right? Set boosters, $700 for the set boosters. So they throw in the beanbag for free at this point. Yeah, no, this is complete bandwagoning by Wizards of the Coast for sure. It's like let's go one product after the next. You should enjoy it. Open up, here it comes. It's cute. It's cute, but now they're available. So cute little merchandising idea. It is neat. I do want one. It is neat. I understand. Let's take that snippet out of context. Somebody can clip me. 8 months with 48. You can finance it. You can finance it. Uh, I actually like it. Brand collaboration is big in Japan. There's a lot of old school shtizen because of it. Does it come in a foil variant? Coach wants the foil variant. It's fine. It's Brody. It's here. We're gonna check the prices of magic cards. Benson says it sounds like an ED medication, right? Oh, the love sack. I've another interesting thing that I found out is like is your so this is another thing that's changed. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about just the way licensing of the product appears to have changed since the brand was coined. And good morning, folks. Since the brand was coined and they had books and stuff like that, right? Like, check out this book. Here's the official Magic the Gathering encyclopedia. All right, so this is something that was like taken to a publisher, of course, Thundermouth Press, distributed for Publishers Group West. So, like, this is a product. This was like considered to be like a very niche product, and like Wizards would decide what products they want, and then they would like create the content, and then they'd get it produced, and then they'd sell it. But it seems like you can even there's more products available, and it's because of a couple of reasons, I think. And it's not just all greed, right? Yeah, okay, there's that one aspect of it, but it's gotten into a bit of a more of a brand licensing. Like, let's go back to 2000 or 1999, and when was that stock market collapse? It was around the time where we were waiting for the Lehman Brothers and the banks to like get their bailouts, right? And somebody said to me, they're like, "Hey, you want to know a good stock to buy, Brody?" I remember it was Richard Ura. Richard, shout out to Richard. If you're out there, he goes, Yum Brands, Brody, Yum Brands. And I'm like, what is Yum Brands? He's like, well, Yum Brands, it's a stock. You can buy it. It's cheap right now. It's a good one. I'm buying it. And I'm like, what is Yum Brands? Like, well, it's just like a group of brands. Look it up. It's pretty great. There's like a whole, like just a, so you look it up, and then there's like Chick-fil-A and like all the, it's like a company that's like a basket of brands, right? So if you don't want to buy into one of those, let's look at Yum Brands, right? Yum Brands. What does it incorporate? Yum Brands is Tricon Restaurants, American Fast Food Corporation, listed in Fortune 1000. It incorporates KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Habit Burger Grill, except in other countries. where young brands are separate. So young brands is like a basket of brands, and it's like, well, if you don't want to buy any one of those brands, you can just like buy this brand, they buy this stock that incorporates all of them. So how are they able to do that? They can license the brand. So if people are getting creative, like say Wizards doesn't want to hire people to develop these types of products, like these, like this is what they used to have to do. They'd get like art designers, they get publishers, they get article writers, and then they'd have to put this type of a book to get, like, look at this book, like this thing is awesome, right? There's like all kinds of content in here. There's stories, there's all the cards, and then there's like at the beginning there's some articles, right? So they used to have to put this together, and then they need writers and hire staff to do this. But why would you want to do that when there's like hungry entrepreneurs out there who will design a product and pitch it to you and say, all I need is the brand approval to put your logo on this stuff and I can sell it, and then that's where the negotiating starts. So then profits kick in, and then you can just license this. You can get magic jewelry. There is licensed magic jewelry, and some of it's actually pretty nice, but they're particular on who they license it to. And I guess the deal really means a lot to whoever is pitching the product and whoever is designing the product. So something to consider is this: is 30 becoming is Hasbro becoming another Yum brand? Who knows? But let's check the price of Hasbro stock. Let's do it. It's fine. It's Brody. It's Wednesday morning. It's the 15th. It's the hump day. I'm going to read a couple of comments for you folks. It's like, but is it the 15th already? Pow! Like it's halfway through the littlest month of the year. It's over halfway, right? Excuse me for a second. I got something in my eye. It's over eyelash. Huh. Let's make a wish. Ah. All right. So do you like checking the prices of Magic cards? Do you understand the way the company is working? Why some people are interested in Magic and love it and keep their head down and just keep marching forward set after set, and some people like look up and look around after a while and want a little bit of a comprehensive look at what's going on from the top all the way down to the bottom. Is that you? Do you like tracking the prices of Magic cards? Let me do it for you. We're doing it each and every morning. We're getting a little bit of commentary from all the folks here, including MTG Gaming Bob. A little honesty and insight here this morning. We're lucky to have Bob here today. Dual Brain is in the house. Holy smokes. We've got folks joining in from all around the world. This is awesome. My cousin Jimmy is here. He wants to get the foil. I can get a foil being back chair myself, but I don't want to lie in a Pringle. Battle Bomb Booster Box. Benson says 269. Benson says, I'm taking Brain's advice and saving my store credit for now. Card Kingdom had a fake sale yesterday. Dominator United Collector's Booster for 170. After taxes and shipping, it's over 200. Is that a fake sale? I see another thing too. Like, there's a lot of cursing on Twitter, and that's funny. Like, considering we're looking like tomorrow is the day, folks. Tomorrow is the day. Like, this is the hill. Are you ready to stake your claim? Put in the comment section below. I'm here. I'm waiting for things to happen in the stock market. We got one day before the earnings come out for fourth quarter of Hasbro. And what does that even mean? Like, we're like let's look at this chart. Let's talk about it. We got all you folks here. We're like all of us. We're like standing on the hill. We're waiting to see what's going to happen. Marching along. Let's check it out. Here's that key resistance level. I think key resistance level is right around here. I'm going to downsize my Epic pen. I'm going to give it a little wage cut. It's using up too much ink. Right around here. Refresh. Let's hit the refresh button. Let's touch on that resistance line. Right around here is this key resistance support level right here. Okay, so right here, this this key resistance report, this key resistance level right here. Okay, About the $59 to $60. Yesterday we discussed channels, and like there's like, if you want my advice, do you know why they're called? A very wise man once said, Brody. A wise man once said, Brody, do you know why they call them stockbrokers? And I looked at him and said, why is that? Because they make you broker, he said. Make your own decisions. That's a very big part of this. But if you want to get the fun into your collection, that's what we're talking about here. We're going to use some terms here. These brokers, they use these stock terms like channels and ceiling levels and support levels. And you're just like, I just want to play MTG, Brody. I don't know what any of this means. Can't you big kids figure it out? This is where the rubber hits the road. This was the show where we put it all together. We want to hear from the big kids all the way down. You guys can give comments in the comment section below. We're waiting for this price to move. It hasn't. Like sometimes you gotta wait. You gotta be patient for things to happen, right? So like this stock has been cusping down since 2019 at the peak of the panic, and then like now we're waiting to see if it's gonna bust through this key resistance level. So we talked about channels the other day. So we can have a floor and a ceiling, or a bottom lower level of support. This is another term, and this is the upper level of support. So sometimes when a stock is bullish, it will have these. Some people will draw these. You'll see these guys put in like lines on it, and all the people, like I'm telling you right now, all the people who are doing this for stocks and drawing charts with lines and arrows on it, they're making it up. I'm not kidding you. It's all made up. It's fugazi. Nobody can really predict it unless they have like insider trading information. And if that's the case, they're not in the news, they're not on TV, and they're not giving you real advice. Anybody who does this and like, oh, it's like it's all speculation. And I don't care whether it's like there was a period of time in cryptocurrency when there was like every 18-year-old with a graph paper who could draw a line on a chart was like talking about what's the most insanely good cryptocurrency to buy, and they're like, this one's going to the moon, and like you couldn't be wrong, because in a bull market everybody is like the smartest person in the room. I picked this stock and I picked that stock and I picked this stock. Like, what I'm telling you is now we're in a downtrend. We're in a bear market, and it's going to be that way from 2023, and it's going to be a 3-year uptick to 2026 economically in the whole like grand scheme of the world, based on historical trends, not my personal like opinion. But when you get a few gray hairs and Brody grows up a little bit, Brody is like, oh, I've seen this happen before, except when I was like, in 2008, when I was little, like the stock price was $40 and it looked huge. Like back here, if we could like scroll back, just like we do with the magic card prices, this hike up in price, it's like, did you hear? Hasbro stock doubled in price. It went from $20 to $40. This is the company to buy. Holy smokes. And this magic is breaking out. It's good. Things are going on. And then you like 20, and then a little bit of a retrace here, and then 2020, 2009, 2010, and then it's like boom, explodes out to $50 a share, and you're like, wow, could you imagine the shareholders and how smart they thought they were, right? This is like money coming into the market, and everybody's predicting that it's going to do well. And the point is, uh hogs get slaughtered. It's a fact. People who are greedy end up getting slaughtered, and people who are patient and watch generally do well. And it's usually that unexciting older kind of person that's sitting there going like, I averaged down in the stock market for 42 years. Every year I just put like the same amount in and I averaged down, and then like now I'm retired, and it worked out really well. And then you get the odd time where somebody like hits it big and is like, it just all works out for them. So let's like historically look at this. Then we're like, okay, regression to like $40. So if we didn't have the knowledge of current events and current history, let's just imagine, let's just time warp back to 2012. Time warp with me, folks. Oh, this is cool. We can do this. Good morning, folks. It's Brody. It's 2012, and I just want to let you folks know that there's new sets coming out, and the price of Hasbro stock is really down. It was up. It's down from its record high of $50 all the way down to $20. Oh, it's a sad day, folks, for Magic the Gathering, and we don't know if it's ever going to recover. Okay, it probably didn't go something like that, but at a company in its infancy like that, when there's so much future in front of it, they're willing to take a loss in a few years because they know with the business model that they have and the product and the merchandising and what they're sort of moving into and what we're seeing today is going to start paying off entirely differently with technology and brand licensing and intellectual property. So, and which is, steady growth. So now we're in a bit of a like, you can't be wrong for this period here. Like anybody working at Wizards of the Coast was probably like the cool guy at parties, the smartest guy in the room. If you worked there and people were like looking, it's like, you do what? What do you do? I work at Hasbro. Oh, look at their stock. It's like, wow, since you joined the team, everything must be going really well, like, between 2013 and 2019. Right? So if you could imagine having had worked at Hasbro during this time period and what was going on, like, in between this is like an 8 or 10 year period, right? But there's the fact is like this can't go on forever. It can. So the decisions made in this period maybe are coming to fruition, and then like now we've got like this. Now we've got. See, what's also kind of curious too is I can get my yellow epic pen out, and I can drag this line across here and see. Okay, what once was over here in 2011 and a half was like a record high, $40. These people were high-fiving and being like, yes, all right, the stock is amazingly high and doing well. And then like today's day, it's like people are like worried, is it going to touch $40? What happens if it does? Well, you know what, if it does, that means that the company has to shrink back to its sort of like its staffing levels and its overhead costs of where it was back here, right? Which means like this whole dead weight overhead that may not be justified based on the current share price, something might have to change over there. And if you ask me, I do hang out on the Twitter machine every morning with you folks. I'd like to check to see what's going on. So if we do punch down past this $40 resistance level, it could even go lower. This could be a positioning play for anybody who's holding a large amount of cash right now. Like somebody's like stocked up on cash. Cash is hard to come by in this market. So anybody's who's cash positive could be picking up stock here cheap, maybe try and get a controlling interest. That might be one of the plays. But how's that going to affect us? Like, this is the funny thing. Like, you're like, Brody, I just want to play Magic cards. I don't understand what any of this means. Like, well, let's draw some comparables. Let's look at some Magic card prices here today, and we're gonna look at some charts, and you're gonna see some more charts. And like, if you follow the game, you'll see for yourself that things go up, things move around over time. We try to draw some parallels between past and recent history here. Let's check the comment section below. So thanks for everybody who voted in the amazing poll here. We got like a 50-50 people. Some people won't sit in them. Some people don't want to sit in them. You don't want to sit in them. How are all those Force of Wills doing? Brody, I opened a triple Force of Will Dominaria Remastered collector box last night. What? Holy smokes, you did? What is that? A triple Force of Will Dominaria Remastered collector box last night. So 3 Force of Wills in one pack, Twiddler. If you haven't checked out Twiddler's Place, it's a fun place to be on Tuesday nights. If you can get over there, there's some crazy things. Did that hit a bounty just out of curiosity, that's pretty epic. You can probably find a company that can find your own third party custom beanbag chair cover to look like a magic card for under $100. Well, I'll give you an example. So there was a playmat. There was a playmat that, I really liked and I couldn't find it anywhere. So somebody made one for me. They just had one made on like a playmat store online. It's like it's sold out, this playmat with this really cool design. I got it kicking around here somewhere. I really like that playmat. And I was like, oh, that's the coolest playmat, and they were sold out. So like I was pretty lucky I had somebody like go out of their way and uh print me up a playmat, and it was a present. So I gotta say thanks for that. And same as sleeves, people get their own sleeves printed. So yeah, this is just like a real estate agent, third party middleman. I mean, you could do it as long as you're not going into like mass production and resale of it, right? If it's for your own use, then it's probably fine. It's when like that's what we're all getting kind of shrunken down to. It's like you can use it for your own use, but you can't sell it or make money off it or profit, because that belongs to the corporation, right? The country of Hasbro. I think we're better off referring it to its own nation at this point. Hasbro Nation. I sat in one of the beanbags in Vegas. It's very uncomfortable. Well, it's probably only $1,000. Can't have it all. Morning, Richie Dubs is in the house. How are you doing? You caught tight, and you did catch the triple force of will last night. Oh my goodness, that's pretty friggin' cool. I would have. I was indisposed on the Valentine's Day. I must say, my man. Four tutors as well are the best box ever. How can they maintain any value? I don't know, but for me, the original Force of Will is the Force of Will for me. Ah, well, let's warm up here a little bit because we're not warmed up enough. Let's crack that whip on the stock market here today. It's Brody. Let's check this out. You guys want to warm up a little bit? We got to warm up just a little bit with some of this. Some Dragonufinies. Dragon Dragonuous Finnies. This card, okay, I gotta say, give me a second here. Let me have a sip of coffee. I gotta get a sip of coffee for this one. Dragonuous Wiffinies. That's what it is. I said it a couple of times yesterday. Yesterday. Dragonuous Wiffinies. This is the cutest AI generated card ever. I'm telling you right now, look at the art on this. Who wouldn't want to cast a Dragonoose Wiffinies? And it looks like a vegetable or a Minecraft type character. It's a zombie. Dragonoose Wiffinies costs 3 black and 1. Summon Dragonoose Wiffinies. 2/4. Check it out. Creatures with power less than Dragonoose Wiffinies power cost 1, a Celestia, a white, a green, a white, and a black. And then a red and a green, and 2, return Dragonoose Wiffinies from your graveyard to your hand. Now, I didn't go over the rules here this morning with you, but like, I know your time is valuable, folks. It really is. So any messing around on any of these cards, any gibberish, we cut it. We fail it right away. Okay, a couple of ground rules. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. Dragonoose Wiffinies had me so excited to just jump right into these AI generated magic cards. Um, so if there's any gibberish on the card, your time is valuable to me. I appreciate you spending it here this morning. We just fail the card and we move on. If it's playable or somewhat, if it doesn't have any gobbledygook or gibberish on it, we'll give it a pass. Then it's up to you folks to decide how good it is. Is it like, would you play it, or is it just an overpriced common? This Dragonoose Wiffinies, I got to give it a pass. I think it's good. Could you imagine this here? Like, let's give it a pass. I gotta give it a pass. Where's the dinger? I like this card. Creatures with power less than Dragon Uzwifini's power cost. So that's 6 mana, including at least 2 green and 3 white and a black. And it's also got red on it, and it's in black. The only color pip that it's missing is blue. It's 4 to cast, which is triple black and 1. This seems like a legit card, right? A 2/4 Dragon Uzwifini's. What do you think? I gotta let Bob have the last word on this. I mean, give this a test here. Bounty. How can they maintain the value? Funny where people choose savings over quality and then choose to complain. Most people don't complain about the cost of Dragon Shield or Katana Sleeves, but do bash the cheapest brands at $1 a pack. Well, that's an age-old trick that, I mean, look at companies that started like Banana Republic and a few is it Banana? What was the clothing company? There's a clothing company. It started by selling surplus army uniforms, and all they did was take the sleeves off of them. Okay, I think it was Banana Republic, or there's a. It'll come to me. And what they did is they started by buying just like they started by buying surplus army shirts and then cutting the sleeves off of them and then taking them to this to the like the flea markets and the swap meets and like the markets and stuff, trying to sell these shirts for like a discount of 15 to 19.99. Nobody would buy them because the perceived value based on what it was priced at was low. So people would come by, and even though they were military grade, and which has to be very high, mind you, you can't like the military, like they test the stuff that they're supposed to be testing the stuff to make sure the contractors that supply it are providing good quality. But then what they did is they priced it at $20. People come by, it was a $20 shirt. The perceived value is that it's cheap and it's not well made. So then they like handle it and look at it and they put it down and never bought it. So what they did is they went back to the drawing board. They didn't sell any shirts, they didn't sell any products, went back to the drawing board. They altered the shirts a little more, or either that was at that point where they took the sleeves off or added like a pin or a lapel or some stitching on it and repriced it at $80 to $100, like a 400% increase in price. Sold out at the next market. And that's because the perceived value, when people look at something like a shirt like that and it's priced, and it could be anything, when it's priced at $19.99, they say, oh, it's cheap. If you have the same product priced at 4 times the price, people look at it and say, oh, it must be really good. And I can give you an example. Went to a garden store yesterday and looked at some gnomes, some trinkets, some gnomes that it cost $35 for a little plastic or porcelain garden gnome. Well, I can tell you, the cost to produce that gnome is nowhere near that when you're doing it. It's probably a $1 or $2 item, right? But the point is, it's psychological that if you price anchor things high, people will, no matter, regardless of the quality, and in a lot of cases, it's opposite of what you're saying, Bob. It's like poor quality, priced highly to give the impression that it's of good quality or it's a stature, a brand of stature. Branding is another psychological thing to trick you into getting your money in exchange for that feeling that that product and the brand and the exclusivity behind it offers you, which is nothing. That's made up. So, good comment. Like it. Loving the name. It's like Toad if he was a shrub person, not a toadstool person. Bob, do you like the Dragon Uzwifini's? I think this card is good. Is it still 2012, Brody? Buy some Netflix stocks. Dang! Michael Superbackers in the house. Good morning, Michael. Thanks. Can we give this card a pass? We got to. Dragon Uzwifini's. Best comment of the day there, Bob. People choose savings over quality. As somebody who works in quality, and like, I'll tell you what, the two don't go together. There's like a triangle: quality, production, and like uh cost. Like you can't like, and quality and costs are directly related. And as somebody who's like works in quality control, I can tell you there's different researches, like somebody who's researched it, like Deming's approach to quality, and different strategies where people say, if I increase the quality, it's going to increase the price. In fact, it's the opposite. So quite often, people are producing low quality products, it's quite costly to do so. It's really expensive. It's more expensive to build a crappy product than it is to build a good one. Overall, let's see here. People don't complain about the cost of Dragon Shield or Katana sleeves, but bash the cheap brands at $1 a pack. So Dragon Shield, I use Dragon Shield. I stuck to that brand. This is a very good example. Like, it's something that works. At this point, it's like you've got that product, you've got it associated with the brand, that the quality is at a certain level. You have less splitting sleeves. Like, and I tried a bunch of them. I tried a whole bunch of different, a whole bunch of different sleeves, and like the splitting of sleeves and the rebuying of sleeves, and then the color fonts are always different. So like for me, Dragon Shield, I'm like, that's just the cost of getting the Dragon Shield sleeve. So then I switched to like one brand. This one right here. This is the one I use. Is the Slate. Use this on like all my decks, and like yeah, I just go with this one. What are they? 1350. 1350, and I'd pay probably more if I had to, up into a point where you're going to start looking for something that gives you the same quality, right? So we were always looking for competitiveness we're competitive people, right? Let's give this a card a pass. I run this as my commander. Speaking of competitiveness. Oh, we're competitive. Players are competitive. Players are thinkers. They're competitive price shopping and competitive, like, value for like 1 mana 8/8s, right? Check this out. The Calarpede Strider. Oh my gosh. Uh what do we got here? Vigilance, creatures you if able. Get out of here. Nice try. This Phyrexian Construct costs 1 mana 8/8s. Well, it's too bad too, because there are other Phyrexian, like the Dreadnoughts, a 12/12 for one. Like we could have a 1 mana 8/8 in white and Phyrexian. It could be done. It's just got to be done tastefully. Creatures you with able, vigilance, an 8/8 with vigilance. It could have been like, how could we have actually made this playable? Phyrexian Dreadnought has to sacrifice creatures with total power, totaling 12. So, like, what could this do? Creatures you with able. Hmm. This could be something like can't attack if you control no other creatures or something like that. Got to have a downside on it. Give me a downside that would make this actually printable, because right now it's just got gibberish on it. There we go. What do we got here? Kylan Prudon. I'd play it. Nice. I will play it. I want me some. I want me some Dragonus Whiffinies. Calarpede Strider. Okay. It's got gibberish on it. I know your time's important. We got it. I mean, it can't attack unless you control creatures with power 8 or greater, right? There, done. That would have done it. But nevertheless, we can't have this Calarpede Strider hanging around. Is this? Look at the eyes on it. This poor little guy looks sort of like, he looks a lot like that little Wally. He looks like Wally. Little Wally. Calarpede. Okay, let's keep going. And here we leave off at, hey Brody, watch me tap your creatures if you try to attack. The Dreamwood Minotaur. Dreamwood Praetor Minotaur Soldier was where we left off yesterday. Arliss, how can you see me when I'm not looking at you? Bounty is with Phyrexian at the moment. Oh, the bounty over at Twiddler's place. How can they maintain any value? I don't know. Triple force of will. Unreal. Hosebro. Some bull shenanigans. Oh, folks. This okay, so the only way, has anybody thought of another way to make this Minotaur good? The only thing I could think about is if you were goaded. I guess if you were goaded and you had to like have an answer for being goaded, Dreamwood Praetor would get you there. The Minotaur Soldier for 1 black and 5 is a 4/3 that says it can't block. So it's 6 mana. It's already overcosted for the stats. It's a creature. It doesn't have any other abilities except this one. Tap any number of untapped creatures you control, and then those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap steps. And that's it. There's no upside to that, except if you're goaded and you don't want to attack. Other than that, it's playable. It's completely good. Everybody's getting a Dreamwood Praetor for Christmas in proxy. And you say we never get you anything, son. Cousin Brimmy says Hasbro's fourth quarter already being priced into the stock. Even if the report is bad, I don't expect it to go down too much. If it falls too much further, they're going to be a buyout target. Interesting comment, Jimmy. Thank you for the comment. Great comment. We're talking about Hasbro stock here this morning. We've been staked out on this hill. Oh, folks, with you, folks, the amazing fans of Magic the Gathering who love the game as much as I do. Thanks for tuning in and sharing life with me. All are welcome here on the channel. Everyone's welcome here. You can show up here each and every day, Monday through Friday. I'd love to have you with me, dragging Brody along, checking the prices of Magic cards. Do you like checking all the prices of cards and like, does it make sense to you why some are going up, why some are going down, at the rate that sets are coming out? Metagames are changing, and we're trying to make some sense of it all. Interesting fact, I really did like seeing this Mercurial. Let's hit the home button here. But I really did like seeing this little guy get into Twitter or into the movers and the shakers lists here. Let's check the stock desk, just take a look, see if there's any new articles for folks here. We did get a good read out of them yesterday, and no, people are slacking. It's okay. I got you covered. Morning, folks. It's Brody. It's hump day. It's the middle of the week. What are you folks up to today? Are you at work? Are you in the car? Is it snowing where you are? We're checking the price of Hasbro stock. We've been looking at it for over a couple of months now, waiting for these fourth quarter earnings to come. Anything new in the market here this morning? We want to know about it. I'm wondering, where's Tom Mitchell this morning? Looks like the website's down. Uh, well, that's sadly enough. Give me a second here, folks. We're experiencing technical difficulties this morning. Checking for saved versions here. Bear with me, folks. Have you guys sat in the beanbag chair? Let me vote on this. I gotta vote on this. I wish I was sitting in one now. What the heck is that? I'm gonna get one. I gotta get me a chair. Yes, I'm sitting in one now. Morning, dual brains in the house. Investable, Mythic Hunter. What do you think? What do you suppose is going to happen here? Some flurries nearby. Snow is supposed to be 62 degrees. Little breakfast. Brody. Okay, Tom Mitchell is here. Holy smokes. Spirit of the night. How is Mirror Universe doing? Need one for a deck. Let's check out the Mirror Universe. Let's do it. Null Chamber. That's not what we want. Let's take a look here. Mirror Universe. Oh yeah. You know, it was interesting yesterday. Benson was talking about a secret lair with Shahrazad, and I thought that was pretty cute idea. Just a series of magic where you play. If you wanted to push, I'm going to build another coffee here while we're looking at this card. Secret lair using Shahrazad, where you play a sub game of some other game, right? Just to push the brand, you could do it like a sub game of I think we said Connect Four yesterday. Benson said Connect Four, but we could do like a sub game of Monopoly. You could do any kind of sub game you wanted. Mirror Universe, holy smokes! Here's a Legends R1 reserve list card. This card is on the reserve list. If you're collecting the reserve list, you'll need to pick up a copy of it. Brody doesn't have one. These Legends rares are kind of getting expensive. Trending down. Like here, if you want to see what I was talking about, let's take a look. This is a good one just to look at. So here's like this is like these levels, right? So let's just scroll back and just imagine like what we talked about here. If you're like kind of new to Magic, let's scroll this chart back just a little bit, right? Let's roll this chart back just so we can like wake up in the morning in 2016. So this is what I'm talking about. How all things change over time and perspective kind of changes. It's all these people who grab pens and show graphs and charts and move lines all over. If you can imagine waking up in like December 2016 and this was a $40 card, and then like sort of just a couple of months later it goes to 150, like we see here, you would think that's a 300% or 110, so that's like almost a 300% increase. And this chart, when you're standing in front of it, looks huge. Like it's like a huge up, it's like a mountain, right? So the best, most powerful tool we have is as you know spirits in human form is the ability to like reflect and look back. Like we're very we don't like we have a lot of technology and we know how to use it, but like man, like Brody feels dumb sometimes. Like, why didn't I see that coming? It's because when you're standing right at the front of this chart and you see a 300% increase, you think, wow, that looks huge. Like, look at the size of that mountain. It looks like somebody could have retired off of buying a bunch of copies of that. And the Hasbro stock is no different. Like, it went from $20 to $40 on that day. That would have seemed like a monumental move. But we know that as time slowly goes on, like that move, it takes the next move up to $200. Now this seems like really drastic, right? Like 40 to 200, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane." Like this is a huge leg up. But over time, when you pull this chart back and you get to today's level, you see a few more other patterns here. And this is like the channel pattern that I was talking about when you can, this is what people do. They connect all these bottoms, right? like this. They'll draw a line through all the bottoms, and then they'll draw a line through all the tops, and they're like try and make this connection where like it's trading within these ranges, right? Like it won't go over these ranges. This is what you would expect to see. Now it's like, how low is Mirror Universe gonna go? If it goes down, people would say using this method you could probably track the price all the way to below, right around this 400 dollar mark, maybe 300, just sort of where it's sitting now. But the point is, there's like looking in hindsight, it's pretty easy to look back and analyze it like that. But when you're standing right in front of it, like when we're looking at this Hasbro stock and like waiting for it to move, we don't know. We don't really know where it's gonna go, right? Well, what a time to be alive. It would be interesting if somebody said, Brody, Double Masters 2022 textured foils all look to be leveling off this. Is it time to buy, or would you not bother? This was $40. It was, yeah, it was $40, right? And then, yeah, people wouldn't buy it because they're like, $40. It's that perceived value, right? It's like we're talking about with a beanbag chair or the Dragon Shield sleeves. Like it's got that perceived value. Put a $40 sticker on. $40 for a Magic card was a lot in the day. It really was. But that was when there's like less money going around. $300 the floor for that. I wouldn't bother myself. Double Masters texture foils. Look at leveling off now. Is it time to buy, or would you buy? If you have to get like a sword or something like that and you need it, but I wouldn't myself. I don't need the shiny stuff. I'm kind of at the point where Double Masters is full of reprints, so there's going to be another like a Double Masters. There's going to be another Masters set. Why not wait for the next one to come out and try and open some stuff? Unless you need something specific. It looks like the movers and the shakers is down here this morning. Sadly, it's uh there's no movers and shakers today. We broke it. They're on to us. Bad gateway. I'm gonna have to check the Wayback Machine. Sorry, folks. The show is canceled. The Sorry, folks. The show is canceled. The movers and the shakers list is down. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. Where you want to go today, Mr. Tom Mitchell? Let's see if we can get there. Give me a comment in the comment section below if you're watching. Where do we want to roll? We're getting ready to move and shake. You got any cards you want me to look at? You let me comment in the comment section below. We looked at Mirror Universe and a few other ones. Anybody want to see where we're heading with this? Anything that you guys are like got your eyes on? Like, let me know. I want to know, what have you got your eyes on? What you're like, Brody, when I see that card hitting that price, like I almost got enough like nickels together, I'm gonna hit it. What are you looking to pick up from now into the next 6 months? Let me know. I want to know. I watch it for you. I'm here. You gotta leave me a comment though. Brody's looking for, I'd love to get a copy of the Bazaar of Baghdad or the Gaia's Cradle, or man, any of the three horsemen, a Guardian Beasts. We connect the dots, but only looking into the past. We don't know the future. That's right. And Michael, I'll tell you, this is another interesting thing, and this is why I'm so glad you brought it up, is because you are watching right now. And the minute Steve Jobs also said something like, we're all spirits in this world, just like enjoying this human experience and getting along as best as we can, trying to make our way through it. And we can connect the dots and look back. But the minute you realize you can reach out and affect that world around you is the minute you become more effective to other people around you. And Michael Superbacker, he was here on the very first Stocks and Talks live stream. I'd have been talking to nobody if he hadn't reached out and tuned in and started the conversation. So the minute you folks take that information, it's yours. You can start affecting a little bit more change in the outside world around you to bring the world together in a better place where we can all play Magic. It's a thing of magic. Where are we going to go, Tom? Boy, this is an interesting time to be alive. It's the first time as a channel together we get... Where are we at here? We get to navigate the waters between buyouts and the real value is found, right? We're like totally discovering. It's like there's a lot of price discovery now, right? Like I would say, like the market's trying to discover, is Hasbro at 200? Like the share or the people who are like, you know, own the company or are running it will tell you that there's no, like $500 a share is a bargain. You know, there's no price too high. We can do this all day long. We can bandwagon with one product after another and convince people to buy it through shiny, flashy things, right? But we're discovering, it's price discovery now, because it's you folks who make the decisions, who buy products or don't buy products, or, you know, gobble them up in mass or just do mass box openings. When was the last time anybody did a mass box opening? I want to know. Use Dawnglare or MTG stocks instead. I thought the website was down. So did I. It looks like it's working. I know I should use Dawnglare. It looks like it's moving. Dawnglare. Update available. No, I'm not doing any updates. I thought the website was down too. Bizarre, right? I'm watching sealed boxes from 2000 and 2010. Decks and cards are all down right now. Dawnglare. We gotta go Dawnglare. Coach with a big save. Coach with a big save here this morning. Let's check it out. Let's go to Dawnglare. Let's see if Brody can do this. All right, now where to? I don't use Dawnglare. You gotta teach me something here new today. I finally picked up a copy of Leeches on eBay. How much you pay for it, Michael? Don't tell me you paid too much. Oh man, when these spikes happen, you gotta be careful, brother. You gotta be careful. Don't buy too many. Maybe one. So where do we go here? Dawnglare, we're looking at Priceless, Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, or other sets. Ooh, all right, we're looking better here. We got this. Where are we going, Tom? Tom, I need to know. I can't do the show without you, Tom Mitchell. Let's see what we got here. Professional Face Breaker. Should we end this poll? Let's end the poll. We'll start a new one. 42% of you folks say you're sitting in a beanbag chair right now. 33% of you. I'm glad you are. If it was up to me, I'd send you one. I would send Gaming Bob his own MTG beanbag chair. But it would be better because it would have the Gaming Bob logo and face on it. That's right. Where do you want to, what list do you want to run here this morning? Let me know if you guys would pay any more than $40 of somebody else's money for a share of Hasbro stock, or would you, like, is that too much? that puts him into speculative buyout territory. Maybe Papa Elon. Like, this is the other thing. Like, where's the Elon Musk that's going to come along and just buy Hasbro or buy Wizards of the Coast, like Twitter, right? It's just, who would it be? Who would it be? Feeling vintage. Let's check it out. Okay. Price list, other sets, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, other sets. All right. What do we got here? Oh. Ultimate Masters, Ancestral Recall, Animate Wall. These are priceless. I'm going to just have to go Legacy here for a second to see how this works. Alpha, Ancestral Recall, Unlimited Legends. Okay, so this is all the old stuff? This is all the old stuff. Man, this is... You know, it sucks to be new at something. It really does. I'm telling you, like, there's some stuff I'm really good at, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm just so much to learn. And without the show, I'd be just like kind of not doing any of it. So thanks, folks, for giving me a little push here. The Gaming Bob beanbag chair, right? I don't think you paid. How much did you pay? Just curious. You don't have to tell me. Don't tell me. You don't have to tell me. I hope you got it for a good deal, though. Whatever you paid for it. I would pick up at least one copy, though, right? For Commander. If you're going to, if you like, it's worth having it. I think I have one copy. Maybe. Price changes per format. Let's go. Price changes per format. Okay, largest percentage change in modern, standard. Largest changes, 40 largest changes in legacy. Okay. And here we go. All right. So the 40, I guess, Pioneer percentage change. Dawn Glare, 40 largest change. This is actually really good. I wonder what other people are using, right? Like, I would have never known of this site if it weren't for you, Coach. I wouldn't have. But I have to start taking a look at it. So I don't see Pioneer, or sorry, I don't see vintage here, but what I do see is legacy. So we got 40 largest changes in legacy. 40 largest changes in Pioneer. I don't see one for just straight up vintage. But what we can do is we can head on over to MTG Top 8, put in vintage, check the latest metagame, and have a look to see like what's in here. We got like any cards from the Bizarre Aggro. This is where you got to put it all together, right? So when you look at these lists, you want to also look at like the metagame of whatever format you're looking at and see like what is the spice. Like right now for Mud, which is like the workshops deck, I am calling this card. That's going to be like this deck here, this Mud deck, this workshops deck. It's all about artifacts, and it's like almost like the blue Tinker deck where it's like, what's the next big bad artifact that that we're going to be reanimating or putting into the battlefield. And I think it's like going to be Portal to Phyrexia. That's a card that's seeing a little bit of action. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it on here. I would check the metagame. And then when you see like cards like this, Legacy, Dragon Whelp. Okay, this is a limited edition alpha. The Dragon Whelp. This is simply just because, well, 242 bucks. It's an alpha card and it's collectible. Graded copy, probably pushing it up in. Then this Zodiac Monkey, you know, somebody brought this up the other day, and I also like to see it when you have like trends across a couple of different platforms. Like you've got the Goldfish platform, and I know what they're doing right now. They know we're doing the show, they're on to us, and they're like, hey, right about this time, we should take the website down, right when Brody's going into the movers and shakers, and then he'll be sunk. Except the coach has got my back, and it's fine. So the Zodiac Monkey, we saw it. Somebody asked that the other day. They're like, why is the Zodiac Monkey on there? I don't know. It's Portal 3 Kingdoms. Portal 3 Kingdoms. Do you like yourself some Portal 3 Kingdoms? I got a pack of Portal 3 Kingdoms right here for you folks. I don't know why these cards are so much money, but I was talking to Benson, and he was saying that was it Benson? Maybe a zombie. I was talking to one of you. I got to check my messages. I've been chatting with a lot of folks saying that these things like couldn't even be found in Japan. Like they're kind of hard to come by. So yes. What does that mean? I don't know. So the Zodiac Monkey is seeing a Portal 3 Kingdoms. If you can I don't know how good these cards like really are. It's just that they're rare. It's not like that's another thing you gotta like look at. You gotta go, why is this monkey so good? It's not that it's really good, it's just that it's rare. Just like this Dragon Whelp. Why is it so good? It's not good. It's just limited edition alpha and it's rare. Can't even find. Yeah, Benson was saying that. Can't even find Portal 3 Kingdom in mainland China. Well, welcome to mainland China. I guess. Sunglasses of Garuk's Uprising. This card, $5. I wonder what deck's using it. Garuk's Uprising. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creature you control have trample. This seems good. In green, when a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. The goldfish site is down, Tom. It's down right now. We don't know why. We're using Dawn Glare. Brody's new, and Brody's a noob, and Brody's just sucking at something new. That's all I can say. Sometimes you got to suck at something new before you get good at it. Just like when I started playing Magic. I think Card Kingdom has a comma separated value import. Vision Skies. How are we doing, Coach? Biggest changes over time. What price changes per format? Price changes over time. Land probabilities. Hide expeditions and variance. Show percentages instead of change of fiat value. So we get some percentages here. Okay. Garuk's Uprising. Unlimited edition Sunglasses of Urza? I wonder why. I like the decks using it. Vision Skynes. Skynes. What's a Skyne? I don't know what a Skyne is. I wish I did. And Caltrops. Whenever a creature it attacks, Caltrops deals the damage to it. 7th edition. I could just imagine this in foil too. Why are the 7th edition foil so much? And the Llanowar Elves. These things are changing. Pioneer. I don't know. The Dawnglare site, it seems a little difficult for me to navigate. Price lists. But I know we can do the visualizer. Modern. Legacy. Morning, Robert O'Brien's here. Hey, Robert. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you with us. How is the K-Town man doing this morning? Glad to have you with us here this morning, Robert. We're Goldfish site is down, so we're substituting Dawn Glare here this morning. Pseudo movers and shakers, but it's the day before. It's the day before the fourth quarter earnings come out for Hasbro, so we're sort of just wooing up our horses. So when did the earnings come out? So earnings will come out, I guess it'll be tomorrow, and then like this is just a report, and then there'll be like a market reaction. So tomorrow morning, it's likely when we do the show, there will not be any. We won't have it. It's going to happen sometime tomorrow. right? We're going to get the report at some point tomorrow, and it's probably going to be early. So hopefully we'll try and keep a look at the news and catch it. If you guys want to join me there in the morning, it's well past the hour here. It's Brody. I'm going to head on with my day, and we'll look forward to seeing each and every one of you folks here again in the morning. Tomorrow should be an interesting day for everybody who's anticipating a movement in the price. We'll see if something's going to happen. If anything, if we get who knows, maybe it'll be Christmas and the price will go up to $80 and everybody over there will get bonuses and pats on the front and high fives. So if you haven't voted in the poll already, appreciate you folks for doing so. You know what that means. We're going to read a few comments here. I got to get on with the weather and a couple other things today. It's minus 17 and it's going to be a little bit frosty out. But you folks, start my day. It's hump day. It's February 15th, 2023. It's Brody. Thanks for joining me here on the channel for a little bit of Magic stocks and some Magic talks. I had a real fun time with you folks today. It's good to keep it fresh, keep it real, and keep it between the lines. Thanks to you, Gaming Bob, for tuning in. Dual Brain, Ed, thanks for coming by, checking out the channel. Robert O'Brien, Tom Mitchell, Michael Superbacker, Twiz, the Twiddler is in the house, Spirit of the Night, Mythic Hunter, Titantaman. I've got to be missing somebody. Benson's here. Richie Doves. That's right. Big hug for you, my man. Keep on rocking in the shorts. I appreciate all the comments and the inspo over there. Richie Dubs. If you haven't checked out Richie Dubs, you need to chuckle today. I would go check out some of the Richie Dubs shorts. Probably blow your hair back and leave you scratching your head and chuckling. It's good. Spirit of the Night, Tom Mitchell. You folks have a great day. We'll catch you folks in the morning. It should be good. We're going to poke and prod the internet machine. It's funny. Technology giveth and technology take it away. What happens when you're left with nothing? I don't know. Maybe it feels like being a Wizards employee looking for a new job. We'll see what happens here. We'll talk to you guys in the morning. Have a great one. Be safe out there. Safe adventures. And we'll talk to you all soon. Robert ordered the love sack? Oh, man. I sent you a site on Discord. It'll be good for tracking prices. Oh, well, let me check it. Where's Coach? Where are we here? Discord. Coach. Where's the coach? I'm looking. Coach. Coach. Where's my coach? Richie's Fire. Check it out. Oh, by the way, loving the music videos, Brody. Cool songs. I'll try and do another one. Stay warm, stay dry. You guys bundle up. Robert O'Brien's got his love sack. It's great. Let's read a couple comments. I love the comments. I'll do better tomorrow. I'm sorry, folks. I had a couple of little glitches here with the stream. Nevertheless, tomorrow's another day. Robert O'Brien, there we go. We got some chats. If we want to read chats, I guess we got to do it over here now. Morning, Brian. Robert O'Brien. Still looking for Coach. Do you have me? Where do I have you on Discord? check my Discord. Oh, shoot me your username there on Discord, and I will add it. Prime 406, buddy. Missed ya. Oh, my Discord channel. Cool. Oh, my own channel. Try this one. With goldfish down. Okay. I'm on it. What's this? MTG.com obtain layout price tracker. 50 biggest gains of the day. Well, hello, Elish Norn. We got all kinds of stuff. Scars of Mirrodin. Ghastly Fungu. Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Skittering Scourge. What's this? Arena League. Set. Alpha. 50 Biggest Losers. Holy smokes, Coach! You've done it. You've hacked the system. Here we are. Well, thank you very much, Coach. Gotta have more tools in the toolbox here. Good. Gotta be able to move and shake here. Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks, buddy. I got you. I got it. Cool. MTG card price tracker. Have a good day, buddy. Thanks again. Shuffle up and draw 7. No, Brody, I don't want to be a Magic player. Oh, come on. I know you said
No,
you was
man,
right.
not since they shut down the
I
local
thought you was
gaming
just
store.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
No,
Nah.
Brody, shuffle up and draw
Well, I
7.
don't want to be a Magic player no more.
I know you was going to break, man. I thought you was just kidding.
Ever since they shut down the local gaming store. Yeah, no, I don't want to be a Magic player no more.
Come on, big bro. Shuffle up and draw 7.
Yes, it is. No, ever since they shut down.
I know you said you was going to break, but I thought you was just kidding.
Not a player, I just shuffle a lot.
Come on, little bro. Shuffle up and draw 7.
Not a player, I just shuffle a lot.
Yeah, I know I said you was going to break, and you thought you was just quitting.
You know, I used to play MTG. I used to hang out on my LGS every day of the week. I used to play Legacy for free. I used to play with my pizza. Used to be the man to beat. Yo, these days, my days of leagues are looking weak because of all the power creep. You know what I mean? Which is the Coast got dirty with the 30th anniversary edition printing. But what year we asking? We went missing. The standard is dead. Everybody wants to play Commander instead of us to just roll up my play mat and go home and give my hat in my hand instead. Come on, big bro, shuffle up and draw 7. Yeah, I don't want to be a Magic player no more.
I know you said you was taking a break. You mean you
Now,
quitting?
ever since they shut down the local
Come on, big
gaming
bro,
store.
shuffle up and draw 7.
Now, I don't want to be a Magic player no more.
I know you said you was taking a break. You mean it real quick?
Now, ever since they shut down the local gaming store. No, I'm not a player, I shuffle a lot.
Come on, big bro, shuffle up and draw 7. I know you said you was taking a break.
Oblivion. I
Just
got
quitting?
too many reprints hanging around. Can't handle it. I take
know,
my
man,
Black
but
Lotus and my Power now. I'm going
it's
home.
gonna
You
get
know,
better.
Bro, this we gotta hold this.
Wait
Roll it up.
till
Let's go.
things
Get in the trunk.
things are
Let's
gonna
get
get
this
better
junk
this
out of
summer.
here. Come on, it's
Man.
crazy. Funk with got too many printings. What's this, a foil variant? A toxic? I don't know. It's got grease on it. This one's got grease on my fleece. I don't
Phyrexian
understand.
mana.
Well, man. This is a Capenna in the sheets. It's understandable.
I know, you just
I'm
paid
a man
too
of
much.
conditions. Commander is too much. I'm wishing to be released from all this prison. I'm taking my power line
Ragavan?
home.
Like, come on.
Waiting for things to change, but it doesn't understand, and it's really feeling pretty strange. You know, Brody,
just a
can you give
Savannah
me some
Lions.
of this? I don't understand. Give me some more Commander hits. I don't want to be a Magic player no more. Yeah. Ever since they shut down the local gaming store. Now, man, I'm quitting. I don't want to be a Magic player no
Let's get
more.
the cards and run.
Let's get out of here. The buy list. Ever since they shut down
The local gaming store is out of town.
Won't do singles. I'm gonna do it online, I guess. Post it. Anybody got a TCG player account? Put a link in the description below. Big bro, you know, got to go.